welcome to Spurs Vision TV. Right, good evening to all you guys in Asia. Good afternoon, you guys in Europe, and of course, good morning to all you guys in Americas. Right, especially South America. We have guests from South America too, and of course, especially shout out to the guys in Canada. Right. Today we're going to talk about a few good subjects. Right, we haven't signed anybody in 12 days. Oh, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. While that's happening, let me bring in some guests. And don't forget, we got a Chelsea guest too tonight. Hi guys.
Hello, everyone.
Morning, Eugene.
Hello, Eugene.
Right. And I've got Ankit right in the middle there, right, surrounded by all the Spurs fans.
Well protected. Don't worry. Yeah, I think a 2-0 lead is good enough to be basically protected for now.
Yeah. Before we start, right, just say a big shout out to all the guys in the chats, right? Mr. K, big up Mr. K. Good show you had last night. Emzo, big up Emzo. Emzo is a big supporter, right?
Yes.
And of course, right, Emzo, right. Guys, since Ankit's here, and Ankit's just going to be here for not too long, for about 45 minutes or so. I think he'll be jumping on, doing your own stream later, right?
Yeah, just jumping on the channel, but certainly, as in Eugene, as in great to come back. Firstly, huge shout out to you. Of course, as in time and again, you do the streams and call me, and I need to get you on very soon, hopefully. But as in kudos to you, man. As in, after what you've been through in the last 12 days, you said no transfers. Certainly, it's great that you're doing streams, and that's something that I'm sure as fans, even as neutrals, right, we just love kind of speaking about it and going the way that you are.
Yep. And of course, since you're here, right, we are 2-0 down against you guys, right? And tonight we are going to play you at home. Like a lot of us Spurs fans are hoping that we get an early goal and get some moral support from the fans to push the team forward, right? So, what do you think? Do you think we have any chance against you guys?
Absolutely. As in, you have a great chance. Like, again, I've heard a lot of Spurs fans, generally speaking, kind of down, but honestly, there's no need to be. Yes, it was disappointing, the first half performance in the first leg. Maybe Spurs would have gone on the front foot, and that tactic would have worked against us because we didn't have a great team either on the pitch. So for me, as in, maybe Conte played it that way on purpose, that he's one of those who kind of likes to basically see the opposition and then basically act. And that's always been his style, right from the Italy days, right? And even Chelsea, like when he started off not so great, and then maybe slowly but steadily, for sure, he had a tactic going. And at the end of the day, it's a very, I think, probably the most important game you would say for the season that you have, possibly. And come on, you cannot get any closer to winning a cup. So for me, yes, that early goal is very much on. Again, from reports, I know we are going to speak about the teams, etc. But Thiago Silva, I think, if I'm not wrong, he is recovered from COVID, but I don't see him starting. And again, because he's not there, the calming influence that we usually have at the back might just be missing. So if in case you get that early goal, it's very much on, especially with the Spurs fans, like you said, are there. So that's my only concern, because we should have really finished it in the first leg. Like, we had those chances, and then probably Lukaku himself should have got a hat-trick, if I'm being really honest about it, right? So, but yes, certainly looking forward to it. At the end of the day, it's a London derby. It is a cup semi-final in the second leg, nothing more that you can ask for as a fan, right?
That's true. Right. And while that's happening, right, what about our own players, right? We have a lot of problems with our players too. At the moment, our defense is a bit shaky. Dyer is still out, right, guys? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Son. Okay, I've been hearing Son is out for the season, or is he just out until the international break?
Out till March, April.
Yeah, Son is out until March, April. So I don't know. Are we going to get a replacement or not? But that will come to transfer window. I mean, Ankit, are you guys linked to anybody at the moment for the January transfer windows?
That's the strangest bit, right? As in, honestly, like, being Chelsea, we are linked with at least 100 players when the window is not open. And the fact that now the window is open, as in suddenly we are just going back to Emerson, calling him back from loan and these kind of things. So which kind of surprises me really. And we didn't go for Luca Digne. So honestly, just like you guys are feeling, I'm sure Spurs, are really disappointed about not actually going for it in the transfer market. We are equally, because we well knew that Ben Chilwell and Reece James are going to be out for a very long time. So Serginho Dest, I think, is a person that we've been speaking about for the last couple of weeks. But again, he's not like a short starter. Like, he wasn't starting for Barcelona. Come on, like, I don't see him starting week in week out for Chelsea. So it's really strange that we are going back to Emerson, someone that he did not trust in. Again, reports say that Lyon are not really going to be accepting the compensation even from us, which is not great news. So I don't know. We are back to square one when it comes to the wing back situation, and that's where I actually see Spurs kind of opening us up today, if at all.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Right. So that means you're giving us half a chance then.
We haven't got any forwards like Ankit to open you up. That's the problem. Harry Kane and Lucas Moura. That's it.
No, I don't think it surprises with Brian Gill, and probably this is the time when he stands up. Probably there's got to be a time. Like, come on, we are in the second half of the season. Even the youngsters for Spurs need to maybe stand up now.
Yeah, I'm sure Ndombele is not going to play, right?
For sure.
Don't know.
That's not gonna happen.
I don't know.
Well,
we might have wound him up the other day, Eugene, to fire him up for this game. You never know.
Yeah,
whatever.
A
pig's fly, John.
Pig's fly. Yeah. But Ankit, I'm sure you were also monitoring the Morecambe match that we were playing, right?
Oh,
at
yes.
home.
I watched it.
You watched it. I'm sure you watched it too, right? So, what were your thoughts on our our B squad?
You were lucky, and trust me, you were lucky. Like, as in Morecambe were actually good in the night, and the fact that I think you got like Harry Winks getting that fantastic kick that he did. As in, I don't know from where he got that one. As in, if he does that, probably you're well off in midfield. But I think for me, it's the attitude more than anything, which was kind of surprising to me, because again, in the conference league, we know what happened. In basically Carabao Cup first, like, we know what happened. Knowing that, you really need a trophy at the end of the day. And for me, it's really surprising Spurs players not to really turn up from minute one. I'm sure, like, you guys must be feeling more than me. As an opposition, I can see that clearly that they're not at it from minute one. Be it the B team or whatever, right? Doesn't matter. They should be even more motivated if they really want to basically prove, because Conte has been here only within a couple of months. He cannot really fix that this is going to be my team. So this is a great chance for the youngsters to perform and stand up and be counted. So it was really surprising for me, but obviously you came back with a mistake. I think was it almost in midfield that the Morecambe defender made, and then Moura. I think Moura is the one for you. Honestly, if I tell you, like, someone who really has that spark. So when I spoke about the wing, I was actually referring to Moura in particular, because I think last stream also I remember speaking about it on my basically FIFA days or years put together. One transfer which I always made was getting in Moura, because he was great at pace. I know that was just FIFA, but I think even in real life, we know that Moura has actually got that in him, and I think in the big games is when he actually turns up, and kind of underrated in that sense, right? So I won't be surprised if he's the one who opens us up. But yeah, apart from that, it's actually looking bleak. Even that Morecambe game, you were lucky. Simple.
That's why we weren't surprised, Ankit, because of the Morecambe game, because of the first leg against Chelsea, the Europa League games. Our second string have been so poor for such a long time now that we weren't at all surprised that they didn't turn up against Morecambe. We kind of expected it, to be honest. It's difficult to get angry about some of them now, because you know what they're going to give you, and they're not going to give you anything, basically, and that you have to send on the big guns to rescue us all the time. So luckily, Conte had them on the bench to come on and rescue the tie towards the end.
I stopped getting angry ages ago. I've gone past that years. I mean, because I'm like Arthur. Well, not quite like Arthur. Arthur's a little bit older than me, but you know what I mean. At the end of the day, we've seen it. We've seen the good times, and now we're going through stages where sort of like. I mean, I started reading. We see the program with Stevie Perriman last week on the Tantrum Gold, yeah, and I started reading his book last night. Now, Arthur, right, the Stevie Perriman lookalike.
He does a bit, doesn't he?
I was actually mistaken for him once. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, but Arthur, in all our time watching Spurs play with Stevie Perriman, do you actually ever remember him having a bad game?
No. No.
And that's the
He
difference.
always came out fighting from all fronts.
Some of that, all the players, they always come out fighting. They might even lose games. They might even get battered. I mean, I remember us going to see going to Liverpool getting beaten 7-0. But they always come out and tried.
Yeah, they
did. You never had not on Dembele's in them days. You never had players that never, if they come out and played like that, they would be seen again. Full stop.
Well, if I can say, Alan, that Spurs never lost a game like surrender monkeys, like they are now. They always came out and fought, and if they lost, they went down honourably, not dishonourably.
Yeah.
That's true.
And that's what
true.
aggravates me with this current crop. They all hold their hand out for their wages every week or month, right? They get paid quite a bit of money, and we end up with all this rubbish that we see.
Yeah.
It's been going on for far too long.
Yeah. Well, it's been pretty much since pretty much since the Premier League started, Arthur.
Yes.
Ever since the Premier League started, we've had our spell with Poch, we had a spell with Harry and Martin Yole. But to be honest with you, majority of the time, we've had players that just, I don't know, they don't want to wear that badge. And in the old days, they used to wear that badge and they used to wear it with pride.
That's the word, pride. We've got no pride.
No,
not anymore.
That's true.
We used to be a very proud team, and we had good cause to be as well, because we were a bloody good team over many years. Yeah. But the rot set in, and the DNA has changed.
Yeah, and that's why I can't get angry anymore. I sit there and I watch it, and I think, it's just literally a case of, oh well. And
they get their 200 grand a week, whatever, don't they? Whether they play well or whether they don't, they've got no personal pride, have they? These days, they just I'm getting my money.
It was pointed out on one show that I was on that there's only 3 FA Cups I haven't seen. They've won 8, so I've seen the other 5. You know, I saw them win the double. I was only 15, 16 years old then, but I've seen it all. And now I watch this lot. They're not even fit enough to lick clean the bootlaces of the old teams.
Yeah. And it makes you laugh when you say fit, because in them days they play a game of football and they'd be in the pub afterwards.
Now, fags, beer.
Now they don't drink. They don't show that they smoke. They don't do this, don't do that, and yet they've got no passion. There's no.
Can I tell you guys a quick story?
Go ahead.
It was about Bobby Smith, the old centre forward, double centre forward. He'd been injured in a game, bad knee, bad leg, and what he did was they were staying over at a hotel because they were playing in the cup final the following day. Do you know that man, with bed sheets tied together, climbed down 2 floors of the hotel, went across the other side of London, had injections by a doctor into his leg, and when Bill Nicholson said, "Hello, Bobby, how you feeling?" in the following day, he said, "Fit, Bill, put me in. I'm going to score." And do you know what? He did. Mm-hmm. They were tough guys, not like these pussies we've got now.
No, but Ankit, do you think this kind of footballers, I mean, the culture has changed, like what Arthur is saying. In the old days, they were tough like nails, but nowadays, right, you can just cut through them like paper, right?
Well, even from 2000, like honestly speaking, like I've been following, very closely from 2000, right, the Premiership especially. So even from 2000, say 2022, like in the last 20 years, I've seen so much difference, Eugene and Arthur and co. Because I think I remember, like talking about some players, Jonathan Woodgate, like this guy was injured forever, but obviously he turned up for you in a cup final. Like that's the kind of spirit that you're talking about. Ledley King, he was so injury prone, like we all know. But the guy actually, hasn't had the Spurs badge on his sleeve always, So those are people that you don't get these days. And even for Chelsea, honestly speaking, like we've been so frustrated in recent years because only happening, thing that I really like about Chelsea is the fact that we are so reliant on youngsters that are academy players after so long. And we can see them being so really, concerned about us not doing well. And basically you can see that in the body language. But apart from them, like the players who come basically, from Europe, they first of all take good few weeks or if not months to settle, and then maybe their excuses are ready, right? Again, nothing against anyone. I'm not talking about geographies here, but it's just the mentality, because someone who's been there in that system for long, guys, I hope you agree that they actually feel, okay, what is it to lose for a fan in such an important game, right? And of course, like, I can imagine, like, not winning cups for so long, it's even worse. Like, I know we've been very spoiled as a Chelsea fan, but for sure, I remember, like, our first, Premiership that we got under Jose Mourinho again, right? After 50 years. Like, till then, if you really ask me, that was the moment for me. Because I know that from even though I started really following closely in 2000, that first 5 years was very difficult as a Chelsea fan, especially as an international Chelsea fan. Trust me, like, people are like literally laughing at me. And then when I saw these guys actually perform week in, week out, I get to know that, hey, okay, these guys actually feel it, because that time we had a lot of Lampards, Terrys, Ashley Coles and all, etc., coming through. Joe Cole, of course, right? So that is when you actually feel part of the club, and that's what I can see as a Spurs fan. I'm sure, like, you may want to see some, I think, just local, just for the sake of getting that feel going again, is what I would say. That, and I'm a little surprised that you haven't actually gone for it. And despite that, I think on the other hand, people like Deli Ali, etc., are not performing, which is like so weird, right?
Yeah.
You do
But-
have the right attitude with modern players. If you listen to Ronaldo, he said he hasn't played 100% fit since he was in his teenage years. He said because he's got so much pressure on him from Nike and Portugal, Real Madrid, all these big clubs. He's always basically not forced to play, but he's got to play through pain barrier to, as a top player, you're never going to be fully fit. Some players' mentality is like they have to be fully 100% fit to play. But he said he hasn't played, fully fit since he was a teenager. Ronaldo, he's always carrying some kind of knock, but he just gets on with it.
Yeah.
So you do
That's
get
it.
modern players who've got the right attitude. Højbjerg is the same. If you notice in the summer, he said it makes him laugh when players are having rest and stuff. He said, if you're a professional footballer, you're a professional 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You treat your body in the right way. You're a warrior. You're a professional. So everything that you do, everything you put into your body, everything you do on the pitch, off the pitch, is geared towards being a professional. He said he can rest when he's over 40. He said, when I'm over 40 and my career's finished, then I'll rest. He said, until then, I'm a professional and I treat my body like a professional. Body, mind, everything. I'm geared towards being a professional. I want to play every minute. He said every minute of training, every minute of a game he wants to play. That's why managers love him. He's got the right attitude, isn't he?
That's it. Great
Yeah,
attitude.
yeah. Trouble is though, John, he does actually need a rest at the moment because he seems to be, I don't know, burnt. I don't know. He hasn't been himself, has he, Højbjerg, this last few games? He does seem to.
He's worn out, I think.
Worn out, yeah.
What makes
No,
me just
Go ahead,
what
Diego.
makes me pissed the most about these players is when you look back at in our games under Conte, you look who they played well against. Liverpool. It's because it's the big game, and I think these guys it's just disrespectful because they should put our shirt and give 100%. Doesn't matter who the opposition is. Doesn't matter if it's Morecambe. They should be going out there and dominating the game. Mura was the same. These guys don't have interest. They don't care about this. They only care about the big games. If they go up against Chelsea today, you will see fight because it's a big game. Everybody's watching, so they want to make a good image for themselves. It just I'm just like Alan. I'm just way past the point of caring anymore. For me, these players can go as soon as possible.
Yeah.
The sooner the better for me. It's like Højbjerg. I do agree he hasn't been his best version this season, but he gives blood for the shirt. He's gonna run all around. He's gonna fight for 90 minutes if needed. Doesn't matter if he's tired or not.
And then Thiago, can I just jump in? Then you've got other players around him like Ndombele, Deli, and even Lo Celso are not giving their best. They are not, And so you've got one guy working his balls off, the other three just swanning around, taking it easy and collecting their paychecks. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
We should have done something about this before now.
Yeah. No, but we go back to the last Wednesday game, right? You're talking about big games. You're playing away at Stamford Bridge. It's the semi-final of the Carabao Cup. Isn't that game big enough for you?
Yeah.
Right? You shouldn't be
Well,
like
it should
choosing.
be.
Oh,
You should.
Yeah.
That's what makes it even worse. You shouldn't need any more motivation. Actually, being Chelsea in a Carabao Cup semi-final shouldn't be a motivation. It should be 100% focused to go out there. It doesn't matter who the opposition is against, the competition, the stage. You go out there and you fight. That's it.
We all knew that as soon as we knew Dyer wasn't playing. There's no character and backbone in that central defensive area. I mean, you don't, if you're playing out from the back, you don't want Sanchez, Tanganga, and Ben Davies on the ball, do you? And Chelsea just swarmed all over us. I mean, they took advantage of our weakness there. I mean,
of course,
we haven't got a spine. We haven't got the spine. I mean, when you go back to Poch days, you had Loris,
a big spine as well.
Yeah, you had
Toby,
Loris, Fatonga, and Toby. You had Wanyama, Dembele, and then you had Kane. And that was a spine. That was a spine, and they all played for each other.
All big, strong guys as well, over 6 foot.
But Alan,
they all played for each other.
Alan, we also had a second team that could come in, and play quite well. Perhaps not as good as the first team boys, but play quite well and able to substitute. At the moment, we've just got rubbish all the way through the squad, through the both of the squads. It's terrible.
That's true.
I think Harry Redknapp got you guys working, because Harry Redknapp, I know that things were kind of, as in having both the kind of opinion, a lot of people, but for me, as in even he could get a Roman Pavlyuchenko work, and then that was what he was like. Maybe it's a persona, and I still think, I know that previously we've spoken Eugene as well, but certainly for me, Conte is the man. Like, I know that right now he's coming up with excuses about, as in we are very far from Chelsea. The transfer window is not something that will just help us in a day. It'll take time, etc. But that's him basically trying to buy time. If he's given the time and if he's given like the backing, and that is a big if, I know. I certainly feel that he is the person who can get that going because, as in you mentioned about that first leg. Like for me, that first leg, simply put, I think Spurs, I have to say, it almost seemed like Spurs are scared of Chelsea, and I don't know why, because we didn't have a first team at all. Like, in fact, Spurs have had more first team players on the pitch than we did on that night. So it was about giving respect. I don't know why.
And a quick answer to that is Spurs are not just frightened of Chelsea, they're frightened of their own bloody shadow at the moment. We haven't got a team of men. We have a team of pussies. And that is the problem. We've missed 3 transfer windows when you guys and all the other big boys were buying players. We didn't. So we are several years behind everybody else. And we've got people on the payroll that just want to hold their hand out and get paid and not work for it. That's the difference. They've got no pride and no guts.
Yeah. I'll tell you, just hold on. Hold on, guys. Just hold on for a while. Let me bring on a special guest. Hi, Cody.
Cody.
Hey,
Cody.
how are you?
Listen,
Cody.
listen.
Meet Ankit.
Yeah,
Ankit
no,
and Cody.
How are you? Listen, I'm starting my work day here in about 5 minutes, and I only came to say one thing.
Fuck Chelsea.
I mean, honestly, you heard that, but we all know who's basically champions.
Right? Cody. Cody's a nice guy, but he always does that, right?
For sure,
Yeah. But he likes to stir. He likes to stir the pot a lot, right? That's what he does.
Just one quick comment. Ankit was saying that Conte is buying time and making excuses. Ankit, that's not an excuse. That's the truth. We are so far behind you guys. Like, you didn't have your first team, but still you dominated the game because your bench players are going to come in and are going to do the business.
But Thiago, sorry, but the reason I say excuse is because it becomes an excuse for the players not to perform. As in, it all depends on how the manager kind of takes it, and I'm sure in this day and age, everyone listens to all the press conferences or whatnot, and even if they don't want to, they have made sure they know it, right? So for me, if the manager himself is kind of saying that we're not ready, that's what happened to us under Lampard. We were actually doing very well attacking wise, but he was not ready to accept that we are there to fight for the title. And we know that the players, and we're all humans, right, including the players, and a lot of them are young still, so they will certainly go on the back foot by, as in it's a subconscious mind, and that's what actually happened on the pitch against Morecambe as well, if I'm not wrong.
He's trying to play chess with checkers pieces at the moment, Conte. That's the problem. He hasn't got the tools at his disposal to do what he wants.
Exactly.
No, I mean, like
the
for
thing
Chelsea, you see, like with Chelsea, right, with their squad, with such a deep squad that they have, the players that you guys have, even with like you have a Timo Werner, right, who can't score a goal even if the goal is open straight up in front of him, but you have somebody else who will come and do it.
Come on.
Yeah, he just did recently.
Jim, what have you done? He's going to score tonight now, isn't he? You just jinxed it.
Oh,
you know what? Okay, let me throw a stat to you. Right? As in, I'm pretty sure many of you might be knowing, but I'm just making sure. Yes, he misses more chances than he scores. But from the time that Timo Werner has signed for us, no other Chelsea player has scored or assisted more goals. That's basically surprising, but that's the truth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that says more about the others, though, doesn't it?
Going back to Morecambe, I mean, they sat deep in a sense of hoping to hit us on the break, which they did, and then it was a case of defending. And if they'd done that if it meant doing it for 120 seconds and getting lucky on a penalty shootout, that's what Morecambe come to do. They played a long ball, and I'm still trying to work out why Galini hasn't come out and taken that ball and taken out, even rode on with it, even it means its own man. Why Galini is standing on his line, I don't know.
Golini is not good enough. That's it. He just stands there.
Just don't stand on his line.
Yeah, he just stands there. No. Yeah, he's not good enough. I've been saying Golini is not good enough. He's like another Ali, I think, right? Yeah. The focus is not there. He's more focused on his personal life than in the game. So that's why he fell off with the team. He used to play for Fiorentina, was it?
I think
Atalanta.
Atalanta. Oh yeah, he was Atalanta.
Atlanta. That's
right.
Atalanta.
Yeah. He was the first choice at Atalanta. Yeah.
Okay.
I've renamed him, guys. The statue.
Okay. You know what? Talking about rename, there's a funny meme going around after that goal that went in. I don't know if you guys have seen. Actually, the name itself has goal in. So basically, his job is to put the goal as in inside the ball inside the goal.
Yeah.
So that's something that for me it's very surprising that I know as a low list is great, honestly, but I think not having a good number 2 is something really surprising because Spurs traditionally, I think you've had some very good goalkeepers. I know Kudicini went to you guys, but for me, as in goalkeepers, I think you've had some good ones. I think Paul Robinson was also there for a good while, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, but Ankit, you're missing the point. We haven't got a second team. It's rubbish right the way through. It's rotten.
We haven't got.
Pochettino went to Levy and said to him, "Right, boss, we need a rebuild." Within weeks, he'd been sacked. It speaks for itself.
Yeah,
we are this problem.
The trouble with Poch, Arthur, though, the trouble with Poch was at the end of the day, he would get the players in, and then he very rarely used them straight away if they didn't come in early enough. I mean, when Mora came in, but fair enough, when Mora came in, he had only played, I think, about 80 minutes in half a season. So he hardly played during that half season he was it.
Yeah.
Both with Mora and Lo Celso, not Mora, with Dombelli and Lo Celso, neither really played that much under Poch because they didn't get into the system that he uses. Neither of them started a game for. I don't know. I know Dombelli came on and scored against Villa, or did he start but didn't finish? But it was a case of. As I say, that window did hurt us when we didn't sign anyone. That did hurt us.
3 windows.
3 windows.
Yeah.
Not 1 window. 3 windows.
3 bloody windows. That's a year and a half minimum.
Yeah.
And so all the teams like Chelsea, like City, like Liverpool, they played around with their squads, they built. We did bugger all, and therein also lies one of the major problems. And it all goes back to not buying the players in the transfer windows.
I thought it was only two, Arthur, because we had Mora coming, then we had no one in the summer, no one in the winter, and then we had.
No, it's three. It was three transfer windows.
Oh right, I thought it was only two.
Yeah, three transfer windows. But hold on, guys. Let me bring on the guest. All right, we are complete now. We've got someone from subs from South Africa. So we got from Africa, Americas, Europe, and Asia.
The whole world.
Yeah, the whole world round. Hi, subs. How have you been doing?
I'm good. I haven't been watching Tottenham. I've just been watching highlights. So I'm gonna need to be a bit of catching up. But I can see that we still haven't made any signings yet, which is kind of annoying. The fact I see that Aston Villa are more serious than us. They're already making signings, and we're still doing nothing.
Well,
it's annoying.
Subs, I'll be honest with you, right? If you look at, I don't know whether you can do, but if you look properly, there's only Aston Villa that really are doing anything at the moment. No one else has done nothing.
Everton?
So, Everton have signed two fullbacks, but I mean
two players,
Yeah, they've signed two fullbacks, one left and one right. But I mean, they knew one of them, like they knew Dingy was going. But I mean, would we have been sort of like happy if we'd signed their players? I don't know. I mean, do we want to make signings or do we want to make quality? Do we want signings?
We knew in the summer that we needed a backup.
Yeah,
for
but
Kane,
like we're still using it, so we need to like.
Kane problem is a problem. We need a backup.
So you've had 3 or 4 months to scout and resource and decide who the best person is. Go out and get him on the 1st of January.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny,
exactly.
I beg to differ slightly, my friend. We've had at least 2 years to start thinking about who we want or who have we got.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah.
You know, and this is what really gets up my nose. All the seat prices have gone up for this season, right? They're charging more and more for all sorts of tit and tat, you know, the usual bloody shirt sales and all that. I mean, I remember a shirt sale not so long ago was about 80 quid. 105 quid they wanted for one shirt. It is... You know, all it is about making the tills ring. Like I always say, the tills must ring for Levy and Co. Berkey Shaw said there used to be a football club over there.
Yeah.
That's what we want back, our football club. We haven't got it.
Well, the shirts, Arthur, I'll be honest with you, the shirts, I don't know whether we don't get anything actually from the shirts. It's a case of Nike give us so much a year, and then after that, we sell the shirts. I don't think we get, and I think the £105 one might be the what they call the pro version, which what the players would be wearing.
Yeah,
Here you go. So an Arsenal, one of my Arsenal mates, acquaintances, contacted me yesterday. He said, "I just wanted to check how many free cup games do you get on your season ticket nowadays?" And I said, "None."
No.
So he goes, "What?" He said, "We get 2 or 3 cup games. I think 2 home cup games every year." I said, "Oh, we used to." And then we went to Wembley, and Levy slipped that one under the umbrella. And then when we moved back into the stadium, it was just the 19 league games. So other clubs still get their 2 home cup games included on their season ticket price, and we don't. So we have to pay extra.
I'm going to ask Ankit a question. Ankit, would you take Lucas Digne?
I seriously feel that Luca Digne as well as Kieran Trippier are 2 wing backs that I think could easily fit well at Chelsea and in fact even Spurs, because as in they are attacking wing backs who basically really kind of hit the wing, and that is what Conte loves. That is what Tuchel loves. Yes, defensively as in not as good Luca Digne, but yes, for me I know that what Doherty is the one who played in the first leg, but. If say Regulon is injured, again, who's your left wing back? So it's kind of strange that none of the so-called bigger teams really went for Luca Digne, and I'm really surprised Gerard is able to attract these names. I know it's maybe the Gerard factor. Probably it is. Yes, Aston Villa have been doing great in the recent years, but come on, if not for Gerard, probably they wouldn't have gone. Pretty sure Luca Digne would have been happy playing 30 games a season that he would have, I think, at Chelsea or at Spurs, right? What do you think?
Would we take Luca Digne?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Guys.
I would take if I would have taken him. I would have taken him. He's got because as Brian was saying the other day, he's got a lovely foot at set piece. If you need the long throw in, even like want to try and use the long throw in, it's like another set piece. To be honest with you,
I think. Go on now.
Yeah, no, go on, carry on. Because to be honest with you, as I say, he's got what we need. And
it's not a priority, is it? Left back
but
area.
That's the problem. It's not a priority, and Levy ain't gonna back anything that ain't a priority, is he? So
the main
definitely
person
was. Yeah.
The main person to answer that question is Conte. Would he want Luca, or has he got his eyes on somebody else? Because believe me, I know for a fact this man, he's evaluated everybody in both the whole squad, first team, second team, if you like. He's evaluated everyone. And I think he wants a total clear out. It's going to take 2 or 3 transfer windows.
But will he
we're
stay that long?
We're not going to get this done overnight. It's not going to happen. Well, that's the point. If Levy doesn't back him, then it's all irrelevant anyway, isn't it? It really is. That's the state we're in at the moment. That's how I see it. I've really thought about this I've had years to think about it, but it's gradually got worse and worse and worse and worse. And we are dire at the moment, dire, not the other way around. We really need players that want to play for this club, and we haven't got any.
That's true. Right.
And that's,
but
we've got to face facts sometimes, and the facts are they're right in front of us. We see some dreadful displays. As Ankit said, we were bloody lucky to beat Morecambe. Who the hell are Morecambe? But we could, we found it hard to beat them until we sent on the big guns. And now we're with one of those big guns, Sonny. Who's gonna stand in for Sonny? There is our problem, gentlemen. Levy's got to start spending. He really has. Otherwise, we're going to end up going down and down and down.
Mm-hmm. Do you think Traore can replace Sonny?
My problem is Traore's got loads of natural assets. Yeah. The man can't score a goal if he stood in front of it from 5 yards. He did miss a bloody barn door at 2 paces. He can't score goals. Why do we want to buy somebody who basically is a ball? I know not Ndombele, but Dembele. But Dembele was a great ball carrier, if you like. He could open up defences. He had the ability. He had the muscle. You couldn't knock him off the ball. Opposition players were frightened of him. He was a big, strong lad, but had plenty of skill. We look at Traore, he looks like a weightlifter.
Yeah.
Where's the frightening play he puts into place other than that run and the muscle?
Yeah. But it's a
he needs an end product.
Yeah. We have one of the best finishes in the league, so I feel like it will change. He'll be decent, with him.
So, who's that subs? Kane?
Harry Kane. He can dash in front, and then surely Kane will finish it off. Like, that could be our next thing that we do all the time. Because Emerson, I don't think it's...
I don't know if Emerson... rain on your parade, right? But Kane, let me tell you something. Kane is not the player he was. People keep saying, he's going to come good, but he hasn't so far, and he's had plenty of time. I think Kane's lost something over that debacle with the transfer and England not getting as far as they wanted to be, like in the final. I think he lost something. Something of Kane is missing. And if you look at him and Son together now, they aren't the awesome duo that they were. I rest my case, gentlemen.
You could be right. No, I do. Yeah, I do understand. I thought it was just gone temporarily. He's still going to be back. I think we're all hoping that.
Yeah, we all have to hope.
Bergwijn, the bid is what? It's rejected. I hear Ajax bid is rejected for Bergwijn.
Yeah,
also Bergwijn is what
sold
yes,
someone today,
yes.
haven't they? So they're after him.
Would you guys want to sell him? Do you guys want to sell him?
Yes.
Yes.
But yes.
No,
Get rid of Bergwijn.
I feel like he can be so useful though, like especially a bench. You know, we need that depth. I don't think it's a good idea to sell him.
I was sitting at White Hart Lane, right near where, when we first bought him, he scored against Man City. It was a fabulous goal, the way he turned the defender. He's done nothing since.
Oh no! What about you forgetting? He had a good game the other game. Which game is this? When he skilled through the whole team, West Ham. West Ham and the Carabao Cup.
I've got some breaking news, guys. I'm not sure whether Ankit knows this. Ankit, you know Surburger Singh, our Malaysian national player, a Spurs fan?
Oh yes.
He passed away, bro. Heart attack.
No.
Oh.
Who?
Oh dear.
No, one of our national players. He used to be a commentator for one of our sports channels in Malaysia. He's a Spurs fan, and he's been on the Plot Malaysia a few times. Right? I just got news.
Yeah.
He passed away. Heart attack.
Really sad.
Oh dear. Yeah, that's sad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, God. Yeah. So, and he's a really big Spurs fans, but it is what it is. But just to let you know too, I'm sure the Plot Malaysia boys are going to be devastated. We're going to do a shout out to them later. Yeah, right. Okay, carry on, guys. Sorry, go ahead.
What about
Bergwijn?
Yeah.
I don't think we should sell Bergwijn. Like, I seriously don't. We need that depth. If he sell him, then who's gonna get it? Who do you else is our bench game changer? You know, if you put them on.
Problem is, Subs. He's one of the only players that anyone wants at the moment. No one wants Dele Alli or Ndombele, so he's one of the only players that who's got any value that we can sell. And because apparently we're so poor that we've got to sell before we can buy anyone, don't we?
But Brian Gill is, I don't know. Brian Gill is, I think you should expect from Brian Gill to kind of stand up for these games, because I think it's been a while, and I think he has a spark in him. It's just about him kind of getting to the finishes. I think that's the difference between Son and anyone, actually, to be honest. Like what you get from Son and Kane, like I know Atham,
I think he wants to go anyway, doesn't he?
Maybe.
I mean, to be honest with you, if we could play him, if we could possibly play him on the left while Son is out, I'd be quite happy. Because to be honest with you, that is the problem. Bergwijn does his best off the left, but at the moment
he's injured at the moment, isn't he? Though, Alan.
Well, yeah. But with Son being injured, but has he been injured? That's the only thing with Bergwijn, John.
I don't think he's injured. I think he's going. I think he's going.
He just wants to go.
I think he's already. I think it's already agreed with Ajax. They had to sell that player before they could bring him in, didn't they? And which appears to be going through today. So,
but Ajax is offering £15 million for him, right?
They're up it now. With there, he's gone.
Yeah, but we bought him for 23 or 28.
28.
We got him for 28. So is Levy willing to take a £13 million hit? That's my question. Right?
Well, we've got another problem.
I don't think we're selling him for less than 20. I don't think.
It looks like we've got another problem, because a few minutes ago, from the Telegraph, they were saying that Spurs are still trying to get Adama, but they're trying to get a loan deal. They're not trying to buy him. They're trying a loan deal. And if we want him in January, we will have to pay, but perhaps she's trying to get a loan.
What the Athletic said the other day was that they want 40 million still, Wolves, for Traoré, which is where the problem is. We've offered 20 and they still want 40 for him because he's got 18 months left on his contract. So there's a big difference between what they think he's worth and what we're offering at the moment, which is why it hasn't gone through yet. Maybe why
Oh.
they're
And he
saying
ain't
about a
worth
loan. Why they're
But he
saying
ain't
about a
worth 40.
loan deal then, Thiago, maybe.
It's definitely not worth
Mickey
40.
Mouse
though, is
strikes again.
Yeah.
he? He ain't worth 40 though, is he, King? Arthur, he
No,
ain't
of
worth
course
40.
he's not.
Yeah.
No,
So,
never.
I'm-
Never.
I'll back Levy on this one. I'm
So
afraid.
what happened
guys, hold
about
on.
that backup striker?
Hold on, Subs. Ankit, you got to make a move soon, right?
Oh yeah, I just have another stream to jump to in a minute or so. So, buddy, it's certainly great again discussing with you all. I am certainly looking forward to the game. I'll be honest with you, like probably Chelsea have things to lose and Tottenham maybe in a way don't have. So that's basically the thing that I'm probably putting some positive energy into you guys. Trust me, like it's football and things change very quickly. I think more than me, I think the entire panel knows their stuff, and for sure, they know what I'm talking about, right? So it's about a cup game, just kind of doing well for me. I still obviously will back my team for sure, but I like even as a neutral, if I speak, I'm actually looking forward to looking at how Spurs come up the ranks under Conte because, like I said previously, he's one of my favorite managers ever, even before he came to Chelsea. So that's how much I love him, right? So, but again, definitely want Chelsea to go through, and yes, wish you all the best for the season. And for people out there who don't know Almighty Blues FC, like we bring a lot of content, not just Chelsea. As in, I know that I need to get Eugene. I think Tommy was on the channel a couple of times, and of course, everyone here is invited as well. We are very close to 1,000 subscribers. So yes, if you can subscribe, that will be really helpful, and you won't be disappointed because we bring some trivia and we believe in a lot of history as well that we can bring out. So yes.
Ankit does a mean quiz. Yeah, you should
And
get.
I've
You
got
should
to say,
link
though,
it up. Yeah.
I can
Wait,
only
is
say one
Ankit a
thing,
Chelsea
Ankit.
fan? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Chelsea
One
Now
thing
you
I'll
know.
say, Ankit,
Yep.
I will say is
Exactly.
hopefully,
That's good to know.
hopefully we're going to see a nice repeat of 20 years ago when you beat us. I know we beat us 2-1 at your place, but we settled for 5-1 again, please.
Oh wow.
All right, Ankit. Do
Good
any
one,
shows?
good one, Alvin. Yeah, so I have basically a show that I'm doing on Friday, and that's basically the big weekend. We have, I think, the North London Derby as well. So again, that'll be great discussion that we'll have on Friday. But yeah, we do reviews, previews for sure before kind of every weekend. But apart from that, also we are bringing a lot more new shows. So definitely check it out.
All right, that's good, Ankit. Thanks for being on. Thanks for support, Ankit. Right, we'll catch up you next time. Take care, brother.
Good
See you
Bye.
tonight.
See you all. Take care.
Get ready for 3-0. Get ready for 3-0.
You're going to be playing the blind school.
Okay.
All right, take care. Bye bye.
Bye, Ankit.
See you.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay,
guys, we're
Ankit's
losing
nice,
that game,
right?
I think then
Okay,
the nil
all
could
right,
be the problem.
guys.
The nil could be the problem, Sam. That's the problem.
Since Ankit is gone, I better read some chats, right? There are a lot of chats been coming through, but I'm just holding it back because it's all against Chelsea. Okay, Jens is around, right? Ankit's bigger.
Jens.
Okay, and then John Fitzpatrick. Hi, John. Right.
John.
And John was asking a question, right? Something like, our second half of the season is very difficult to play. The big boys away most of the time, top 4. Need to get players in ASAP. All right. And big up to Derek Hutchinson. Right. Cody Mack. Yes, Cody Mack. We love what you did just now. Okay. All right. Yeah. And of course, he says big up, Derek Hutchinson. All right, color of football game, Chelsea. Yeah, that's why a lot of comments I didn't want to bring up. But Ankit will be still watching in the background, I'm sure. Right? Okay.
Arsenal's
right.
back. Let's go.
And of course, Chris is talking about Golini. Right? Okay. And he's back, going back to his meeting. Right? And Vibuff is in the house. Big up Vibuff. Right? Who else? Kuva. Big up to Kuva, all right.
Hey, Kuva.
Kuva. And of course, not to forget, right? We have to bring in Guguma. Big up to Guguma. Guguma, if you're watching, if you want to hop on, I'll throw the link into the chats for you, Guguma. Just let me know, all right? And then Amzo's around too. And here we go again with Levy. It's always about Levy.
Yeah. Dead right.
Yeah. And
same old.
Same old. Right. And of course, Guguma and they all right. Guys, just gone through the chats. Okay, let's go back to what we are supposed to be talking about. 12 days on, and we have not signed a single player. We've been linked to 2 players, if I'm not mistaken. Traore and Lingard.
Who? Oh,
Lingard.
Lingard. Yeah.
Instead of
No, thank you.
no.
Right.
Why not Anthony Martial at least? There's that backup striker. I really want Martial.
Not backup striker.
Ralph
As our
Rag-
second striker. We don't need a back.
Or
we need a
second striker. Yeah.
Guys, one question. Why would we want Lingard when we've already got his lookalike, Dele Alli?
That's true, exactly.
It's true, isn't it?
It is.
I wouldn't mind the one that turned up for West Ham though last year, Arthur.
No, that was all right. But it's gone from joke to farce. It really is.
Yeah.
We need proper players. You know.
Yeah, but we also need to think along the lines of him, because we also need to keep our British quota up. The amount of English players or British homegrown. If we ain't careful, we won't even be allowed to play in Europe because of it.
Yeah.
That's true. But haven't you noticed that we've been linked to like every player in the Italian league?
Of course.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the
That's only
market
because
they
of
know, isn't it?
Paratiki. That's because of Paratiki,
Whoa.
really.
Are we still going for Vlahovic?
Arsenal's pushing hard.
Because I heard that Arsenal did they
150
first.
million pounds a package.
I understand that's still in there because he would like to come to Spurs rather than the Gooners.
Well, yeah.
But like Arsenal are the only one that's actually offering the cash, and everybody's just watching. Like I think they offered 58 plus Torreira, which
equals to about 70.
It's a good bid, and we doing nothing. I'm scared that we're gonna lose Vlahovic to the Gunners.
Well, we never do anything. We never do anything though.
No, but is Dusan on his last? Is this his last season?
Year and a half, I think he's got left.
18 months. Yeah.
He's got 18 months. Then he's gonna cost a lot.
I don't know, because like there are lots of conflicting reports, because there was an Arsenal journalist who said that Paratici has a good relationship with Vlahovic's agents, so a deal could be in the pipeline. But then other reports saying that the whole package would be 150 million pounds because of the money you have to give Fiorentina, plus the money to his agents, plus his wages. I think he wants 300k a week.
Yeah,
so
not happening. Tell you now.
Of course, it's not happening.
300k never gonna happen.
No,
It's not gonna happen.
After non-Dembele, there's no way Levy is going to be paying someone £300,000 a week when he's not even played in the same quality of league.
Well, there's no point in getting Conte then, Alan, was there? If we've got Conte to take us to the next level, and now you're not going to buy the top end players, what's Conte supposed to work with? You know.
But the thing is, John, right? You've got the top end players, but you've also got to take the chance that when you're talking about £300,000 a week for someone who's not proven properly, he's done it in Italy, but he hasn't done it anywhere else yet, has he? He's 21 years old. You pay £300,000 for him, and he comes and does a job similar to Montbelli. What's going to happen?
If Conte was at Inter and he targeted Vlahovic as the player that he wanted, Inter would have gone out and got him, wouldn't they? That's the difference.
Yeah. Well,
here,
I suppose
if you're backing Conte and you're going to give him the players he wants for his project, you've got to go and spend the money. We've got to start acting like a big club. That's what was one of the things that Conte said, wasn't it? You've got to start acting like a big club if you want to be a big club.
Yeah. But we don't know whether Vlahovic is actually Conte, because don't forget we were talking about Vlahovic in the summer, and Conte weren't with us then. So, but it's still too much to be playing a player that's got no
proven record
in the Premiership. Proven record in the Premiership.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That's true.
If Conte was at Chelsea and he identified Vlahovic, would they go and get him for him?
That's probably
Probably would, wouldn't they? They would.
Yeah.
That's the difference between the clubs.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, if let's say Chelsea didn't get Lukaku and got Dusan, right, then it will be a totally different ballgame then. Really,
That's
totally
what
different ballgame.
Conte said in his press conference last week, Eugene. That's the difference between the two clubs. Chelsea just won the European Cup, Champions League, and they went out and spent £100 million on a striker after they'd already won the Champions League. That's the kind of mentality you have to aim for as a top club. You're constantly improving with top players, not just taking punts all the time on potential. And this youngster, he might come good. Chelsea went out and spent £100 million on a striker after they'd already won the Champions League.
Yeah, but you also got to remember Lukaku has got Premier League experience. He's played for West Brom. He's played for Man United. He's played for Everton. He's played for Chelsea before. I don't know whether he made a senior appearance, but he's got the experience. But what I'm saying is, it's like it's got to be a worry to pay £300,000 to a player that you don't know whether he's going to fit. If he comes over because you're not talking about just paying him £300,000, John. You're talking about if he's want £300,000, then Kane's going to want £300,000, and then so and so's going to want £300,000, and someone's going to want £200,000. And then the next thing you know, we're paying players a lot more than what they were. People will start knocking on the door.
I understand Kane's on £330,000 a week.
But Alan, if you pay the kind of money and you get the players to turn up and get us the results, then the money's worth it.
Yeah,
that's all I say. Right.
That's the trouble, though. And that's what I'm saying. When it's like we've got proof there in the pudding. It took 2 hours to get off the pitch on Sunday. His name's called Ndombele. I think he's still actually just managed to reach the change rooms now. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you bring in a player that looks quality on paper. You brought in a player that Poch wanted for £200,000, and what's happened? And that's the worry. Is you can take chances, but there's chances and there's silly chances. If he was coming in on 150,000, I know it's half of it, but perhaps it's something you could stomach. And if it works out that he gets the bonuses that build him up to nearly 300, go for it. But
that's what Poch always said, wasn't it? He always used to structure their wages so they had targets to aim for, rather than just get complacent like some of the Arsenal guys. Pay them a basic flat 250 grand a week and they didn't have to do anything for it. He'd rather pay them 150 and then they had targets, 10 goals, they'd get a certain amount, and it kept them hungry on the pitch, didn't it? I don't know if we don't know what kind of a contract Ndombele's on, but I'd imagine he's on quite a high basic because he doesn't seem to be motivated, does he?
No.
200 grand a week.
Yeah, but like Mr. K says, right, Levy spent on wages. This is the same guy who is willing to pay Tanguy 2K a week for a new contract. Tanganga, sorry, not Tanguy. Tanganga, yeah. That was really sad on
and Joe Rodon's not on the lot, is he?
Yeah, Jordan.
Where does that come up?
Yeah. What's he on, £8 grand a week?
Rodon? What do you guys
Rodon is on 6 or 8.
6, bloody hell.
Yeah. That's why maybe Rodon is performing that way, right? So, what do you expect? Right?
What do you guys think of Rodon's performance? I know you guys have been wanting him to come out lately. Like, what do you guys think of him against Morecambe?
Ali Gold said he's got a rib injury, though, Subs. That he was hampered by a rib injury on Sunday. That's why he was sort of, his mobility wasn't as what it used to be. We had no choice but to play him, did we? Because Dyer was out again. So Rodon had to play, but he's got a bad rib injury apparently, so he can't run or move properly at the moment.
But what about tonight? Like, I don't know. Start the same back three that started against Chelsea last week? Because Sanchez is not a central defender. He's a right centre back. That's where he's playing well.
Tanganga, what about Romero?
He's injured. He's still out.
Is he still injured?
He's on his way back, Subs. He's on his way back, but I think he's be a couple more weeks away before he's fully up. Yeah. They don't just their injury; they need to build up their fitness as well. So,
I think he'll play Royale at right of the three centre backs today. I don't think he'll play Tanganga again. I think he'll play Royale there, and he'll play Doherty or Sessegnon on the right wing back. He tried Sess right wing back in the second half the other day, didn't he? We had a Fulham guy on one of the streams and said that he's actually 2-footed. Sessegnon, he can use his right foot and his left foot. So I think that's one of the reasons maybe Conte was trying him right wing back the other day to see if he can play right wing back. So maybe he's going to play Reguilon and Sessegnon tonight, and I think he might put Royale right of those three centre backs. To be honest,
hopefully.
Who do we have in defence now?
So
Available to us.
It's a choice between Rodon, who's not fully fit, isn't it, or Tanganga, really. And Tanganga made a mistake from the corner, didn't he, on Sunday, and then the 2 errors last week. So it's whether he takes him out the firing line or not. I mean, I wouldn't question Tanganga's mentality, to be honest. I think he'd be okay to play, but it's what Conte thinks, isn't it, really?
Yeah. I mean, I'd be happy. I'd like to see Tanganga like more on the. I don't know whether you fit a right wing back, but all his best games for us really have been as right back. I mean, that game against Man City at the start of the season, he had an absolute terrific game. I mean, I know it's a totally different game, but
it was a totally different system, right? It was a 4-2-3-1 or something like that. Yeah. So, but with Conte's system, he usually plays 3 at the back. So you're trying to figure out who is Conte going to play at 3 at the back now. What choices do we have? We don't have. We don't. Who's on now. All right. Hold on. Let me bring on my host. All right. There's no introduction for him, and he's late.
Hello, Jamie.
There's just home front stuff, and I tried to sort it, and it's still being sorted. But I don't know how much of the broadcast you've got left.
Today we can go on for a bit while more, right? Today I'm a bit free, a bit more energy in me.
That's why you started at 9 o'clock, isn't it?
Yep. That's why I started at 9 o'clock. Right? We've been talking about today's game is the semi-final second leg, correct? We should be putting a team out there to going out there to win or at least put up a fight, right? Even though we are down 0-2. Yeah. Right, but
we got to fight.
We had to put up a fight, and the way I see it now, with the defense that we have without Dyer, right, and we're going to depend on Davis again at left center back, and at the center, are we going to put Sanchez in or Rodon? Right, and what Johnny's saying, Rodon has got a rib injury. Will he be playing at all? We do not know. And without Rodon, who do we have left to be the holding? Centre back.
Perhaps
I would risk her.
Perhaps he'd go what he done in the second half and just go 4-4-2 or 4-4 whatever, because perhaps if he noticed how bad we were in the first half, and in the second half when he dropped down to a 4 at the back, we played a lot. We did have a better second half. Not brilliant, but we showed a little bit more fight. But we need.
But that was again. You're talking about the Chelsea game or the Morecambe game?
The Chelsea game. The Chelsea game.
Can you imagine Lukaku be rubbing his hands together playing against Davies at the back post there, wouldn't he?
Yeah. That's true. Right. Come on.
We've got so many problems because, what are we going to do in attack? Are we going to play 3 and with Brian Hill coming in on the left, or Kane and Son up top together? Who plays behind them? Who plays?
Son is out.
Son is injured out. He's actually out.
Son is out. Oh no, I changed. Mine said Hill coming in for Son. Brian Hill on the left. Yeah, I changed mine.
Well, there was a One Football report that said Son was going to be part of the backup, and on my Facebook group, one of my members got his nose put out of joint. He was saying, "What are you putting all this fake news on there for? He's in. Son's injured, so one of."
I feel like Son's gonna play tonight.
No, Son is injured. He can't play.
Son's not injured. Son's injured.
Son has got a muscular problem, so I don't think he's
really.
He's 3 or 4 weeks away at least.
Yeah, that's true.
I think. Surely he doesn't go to the international break in the end of this month.
No, I don't think so.
No doubt he's not.
They won't allow it. Levy won't allow it, I think.
I know that Romero is not going to go as well. I know that Argentina won't take Romero, thank God, because every time we have players going out for Argentina, a problem happens. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
But-
you'll go with a 5 in midfield tonight with Skip and Højbjerg, and then Lo Celso or another in Winksy maybe in a 3-man midfield, just to give us a bit of extra power in midfield, an extra man at least. then Moura and Kane up front, like we did against Liverpool. I don't think he'll throw Dele Alli in against Chelsea tonight. You never know, but I think it'll be Lo Celso.
That's true. Yeah.
And
Lo Celso and
Skip
Hill.
Højbjerg.
Or Winks seems to be head of the pecking order, though, doesn't he? So it'd probably be Winks, Skip, and Højbjerg, I'd say.
Yeah.
3-man midfield.
But then, if you're talking about, then who's going to partner Harry Kane? Moura and Kane at the
Lucas
front.
Moura, yeah,
Again,
two
Moura
up
again. Yeah,
top.
it'll be
Yeah.
Moura and Kane.
It's the only two we've
Yeah,
got, isn't it,
They ain't
really?
got no one else. They ain't got no one
Unless
else.
Unless we
Unless
take a
you want to
bring him in.
punt on Brian Hill.
I saw Paul O'Keefe put his lineup. I actually thought it was interesting putting Lo Celso behind Kane and Son. I think that it's a position maybe he could do something. I mean, he played 88 minutes against Morecambe and he's an injured, so it's a miracle already. But
That's true.
I would
That's
go
true.
for Lo Celso behind too.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would put Winks.
Is Reggie injured?
I think he's back.
They left him out of Morecambe, didn't they? But he was on the bench against Chelsea last Wednesday, so I think he had a muscle injury as well. So hopefully he's all right now. I think he'll play tonight. I must admit. But we've actually got.
I'm just going to slip off for a
Test.
little while. I'm just
All
gonna,
right.
I'll be back.
Right.
I might be back, but I'm going to just slip off for a while. All right.
All
Cheers,
right.
sir.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Take care. Bye.
Cheers, Alan.
But but you're saying, right, if Reggie comes back, we don't need Sessegnon.
The other option we've got, Eugene, is to play Sessegnon on the left, Sessegnon on the left, Harry Kane up front, and Moore on the right. And then if Reggie is playing, we could put Sessegnon further forward. It'd be a choice between Sessegnon and Hill, I think, if we do play free up front tonight. I think you might give Sessegnon a go.
Then what about Emerson then?
On the right wing back. I think let Sessegnon and so on the right we'll have Royale, and on the left we'll have I think
Reggie
will play. Yeah.
Yeah. But it comes down to it again, right? It's the cup semi-final, and then it's the last leg, and it's just whether that our players will turn up again, right, and give it a good fight. That's how I see it.
Considering we've got Arsenal coming up
on Sunday.
That's the thing, isn't it? Do we risk Dyer because he's got a calf injury, but we've got Arsenal on Sunday, haven't we? So it is a semi-final, like you say. Do we risk Dyer and risk him aggravating that and then missing Chelsea, Leicester, and Arsenal games in the league?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
That's true.
are we gonna save our pride and put in a show, but then basically end up shooting ourselves in the foot regards the rest of the season because, you know, a possible glorious failure or a possible miracle victory, and then we've got several more injured players just at this time of the season. It's balance.
But I've been watching Conte's press conferences. He knows not to push the players and not to bring them back when they're not ready. Right? He said that before. He's not going to bring them back if they're not ready and to aggravate what they've already have. So he wants them to be fully recovered before he brings them back. So if you talk in that sense, right, we're actually down to the bare minimum in defense at the moment. Really bare minimum. Right?
Yeah.
Which what Mr. K was saying, right? Most probably it'll be who? Tanganga, Sanchez, and Davis again as the back three. Right? And let's say if Reggie is not fully fit yet, I guess he will still use Sessegnon on the left. And Royal will still be on the right to be our wing backs going up. Then like what Johnny's been saying, who will be the holding midfielders again? Is he going to change it a bit tonight? Will he use both Højbjerg and Skippy? Or will he change it to maybe Skippy or Højbjerg with Winks and Lo Celso to be more attacking?
Be Winks or Lo Celso, I think, is the third.
Yeah.
Right.
So
that Skip and Højbjerg doesn't convince me anymore. that duo, Skip and Hoiberg. They used to convince me, but not anymore. They just seem average lately. I don't know. It's
Have
just
you
me, maybe.
I think we're going to be doing a lot of chasing the ball, though, subs, aren't we? So Skip and Højbjerg will be needed to get about the park and actually show us a bit of fight in the middle there tonight.
Yeah, but like Højbjerg has been missing.
See, Mr. K's put Son down, but if he's
No,
injured,
Son is
he's not.
injured. No,
Yeah,
he's
but
changed
also
it.
He's injured.
there's a one football saying Conte must unleash Spurs game changer Lucas Moura versus Chelsea. So
Oh yes, we got Moura. Yes, he's in form.
Yeah, you have to use him. You have to use him, right, from the start. You can't be
There's
like
there's no way you don't start Lucas and Kane
yeah,
tonight.
you have to start them, right? But I mean, if he doesn't start them, that means he's throwing the game away.
Just going back to the transfer we're still talking about Chelsea, but it's one of my biggest worries for the transfer window. Ben Davies is playing every single game because we don't have any other left-sided centre back right now. And for me, this should be a priority. We should be looking at another centre back because who's gonna come in for Davies? You don't have anyone else to play there.
centre
Even
back,
Davies
right
is
wing,
stealthy.
centre back, right wing,
Left
back,
centre
and
back.
a backup striker.
Left centre back.
Yeah, but then Conte wants a central midfielder.
That's still only four. That's still only 4 players, isn't it? It's not unheralded to get 4 players in.
No, yeah, only 4 players, but it's Daniel Levy we're talking about making transfers. So
for a normal club, getting 4 players in wouldn't be a problem, would it? No.
Yeah.
Aston Villa, we're halfway there.
Yeah.
Right. And the way Newcastle is going, most probably they'll be there very soon. That's how I see it. Right. But now, unless the players, like I've been saying, unless the players that Conte wants and Levy gets them for him, right? That's how I see it. If not, whoever that Levy brings in and Conte doesn't want them, why should he bring them in then? You know, like what Conte has been saying in his press conference, he has already met with Levy, he's already met with Paratici, and he has already told them what he wants. And now it's just depending on the board and the owners whether he will get what he wants. And if he doesn't get what he wants, then the signs are there, right? It's going to be all written on the board for us to see, right? What's going to happen next, right? Maybe Conte might give the board and the owners a chance until summer to do something, or he could get really pissed off and just walk away, right? Don't forget, I've been saying a long time, by February, if we don't get what Conte wants and Conte gets disheartened, he might walk in February or March if the results don't come his way. Because I've been saying in the back room, right? Conte is not going to soil his reputation, right? Because he doesn't get what he wants. That's what he always does. You don't give him what he wants, he walks. Simple as that, right? Simple as that. Unless it's been understood by the owners and the Conte and Paratici that most probably the January transfer window, he won't get what he wants, but he's been promised the players that he wants, that he'll get them in summer. But if you don't get them in the January transfer window and somebody else signs the players that he wants, he's going to get pissed off. So most probably he'll be gone by August, for you know. Right?
But doesn't like most of the players that he wants is his like old players in Inter Milan, like the free Sensi, whatever. All of these old players from Inter Milan, doesn't he want them? And do you think they're gonna cope in the Premier League? Are they gonna do well? I don't know.
The Vrija would absolutely love. I saw reports yesterday that he would like to work with the Vrija again. I think the Vrija would be perfect for this back three in the middle. It would be absolutely amazing.
But one thing I've been watching our defenders, right? When Nuno was in charge and when Romero was fit, right? Romero was usually at the center of centre back, you know, either left or right, correct? But now when it's been changed into a back three, Romero plays on the left centre back. But is that the position Romero wants to be in? That's another question comes in, because you got Dyer there, right? And the talk about Rodon is that, you know, Rodon is supposed to be the understudy for Dyer at the center of centre back, right? But we hardly ever see him play, You see, that's the weird part.
I think Davis gets in front of him as well, doesn't he? As a left centre back.
Yeah, sorry. Romero becomes the right centre back
safe.
on the right. Yeah.
Davis for me is safe. For me, the question is, I honestly I don't see Dyer getting dropped when Romero comes back. When Romero comes back, for me he's going to be a right centre back. But I also
that's
get
what he's been.
I also get
but
like, should we do it because in Atalanta he won Defender of the Year in Serie A in the middle of a back three. That's where he succeeded. Shouldn't we be playing there?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. For me, he's a right.
But for me, me, right? At the moment, what I see in Dyer, at best, he's just a squad. He's a squad player, right? He's not a number one choice there. That's how I see it, right? As a squad player, he could be used at the moment, but being as a number one choice as the left centre back, I highly doubt it. We do need to improve on that side of the field to be more effective, or that's how I see it, right? But in the end of the day, it comes down to one person. That's it. Actually, two. One is Conte, what he wants, and the next person is Levy, getting the players that he wants. Simple as that. It doesn't matter whether he's a 30-year-old or a 29-year-old, right? Just long get what Conte wants. And to tell the truth, Conte doesn't spend that much anyway. Correct? We've been saying that for so long. He doesn't spend like crazy money all the time.
I mean, he asked for Ashley Young at Inter Milan. Who would say yes to Ashley Young? Nobody. But
would you
want him?
No, yeah, Thiago, would you want Ashley Young to come back?
Like, if you ask me, would you get Ashley Young in your team? I would say no. But Conte, if Conte said I need him to win, I would trust him. Because you look at what he's done, for example, in Inter Milan. He took Ashley Young back to Italy, and they won the league. And Ashley Young played very well under Conte. So you don't need to make signings like City when they sign 4 or 5 players worth 50 million each minimum.
I think he's a Villa, isn't he? Again, Ashley Young.
No, yeah, he's a Villa.
Yeah.
No, yeah, no, like I'm not saying he's coming back, but just an example of a player that isn't expensive, that isn't like
one that you can
everybody
trust.
talks about.
Yeah,
but Conte wants and fits what Conte thinks of the system and works.
That's true. But for all you know, he might end up going to Villa.
No, he is a Villa. He is. I'm just saying. Like,
oh yeah, Ashley Young is at Villa now, right?
Yeah, he went back to Villa. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just.
He went back. He went back in the summer.
Yeah, I'm saying like Ashley Young was a player that nobody was talking about, but Conte, when he was in Inter Milan, he said, "I need Ashley Young," and if you go like Inter Milan fans before that, nobody would say they would want Ashley Young, but Conte said he wanted, and he fitted what Conte wanted at Inter Milan. So like at Spurs, I'm not saying it's gonna be Ashley Young, but maybe it's a player that we're not talking about, or that we would probably say no, but Conte says, okay, this guy fits what I want to do here at Spurs, so I need him. Not necessarily Ashley Young. Can be like, for example, Jesse Lingard. Lots of fans are saying, oh, he's just another Dele Alli. But Conte will say, I need him to make my team.
When it comes to food, does size really matter?
What was that all about?
No, I clicked my YouTube channel and it had Good Mythical Morning playing.
Are you buying Viagra again, are you, Jamie?
No. Have you not heard of Good Mythical Morning?
No.
The YouTube channel. No, it's these two guys that do all these tests and everything on food, and they've basically been going for like 10 years, and they're basically one of the biggest channels on YouTube. But I tend to watch them each day, and I went because one page on my browser's hanging. I checked my YouTube, and it was still broadcasting. So I'm like, "Hey!" So
that's what really matters.
What?
Size really matters.
No. They're talking about the broadcast was talking about tiny. Was it? Tiny Big Macs and big cereals. So they were doing versions of food like a Big Mac, they were doing a Tiny Mac, and instead of like little Lucky Charms, they were doing a big box of Lucky Charms. So they were just messing about with the food. Nothing more puerile than that.
Okay, we believe you.
Okay, it was nothing. I can send you the link if you want. It's all about them sort of making little versions of big things and big versions of little things, food-wise.
Yes, we believe you.
We think the lady does protest too much.
because I've had a bit of a rough trot of a night, and never mind.
Yeah. No, but coming back to things again, the way the things are going is 12 days in, right? Back then, when we were 12 days into any transfer window, right, we are linked to like 30, 40 players, even though they're not coming, right? But we're linked to them, right? Somehow there'll be a rumor somewhere we're getting this player. Somehow there'll be a rumor there we're getting that player, right? And then there'll be all this smoke and mirrors going round and round and round. But this transfer window, I find it really weird. We are not linked to so many players at all. We were linked to a lot of players before the transfer window, right? And all of a sudden, everything went quiet. And now we are more or less linked to one player, which is Adama Traore. Correct? More or less.
I don't know. The 4 players Thiago said that I'd be happy with that. De Vrij, Kessie, Traore, and a backup striker for Kane. I'd be more than happy with that. Wouldn't you guys?
Yeah.
But whether it's
Shouldn't
going
you
to
forget
happen
about Kessie?
I have to say no, Johnny, because we badly need and have been in need of one for many years, a midfield string puller. We haven't had one since Modric. Eriksen was kind of good, but he wasn't like Modric. That's what we need. We need someone that can pull the strings.
If they get him Kessie, they're not going to get him a creative one as well, are they?
Well,
but
Arthur, you can step in because you look like Geppetto. You can pull the strings.
No, but Arthur, there aren't
Thank you.
that many there aren't that many players of that ilk in the market at the moment. Have you not noticed? Somehow or another, the trend has moved on.
Yeah,
right?
it's true. It's true. But
Right. The only one I could think of, right, was more or less Coutinho. I see him in that kind of scenario, but he's gone to Aston Villa, so we're not getting anyone else.
Eriksen.
Eriksen has been welcome to train with Spurs, but not been asked to come back to play for Spurs.
Well, I shouldn't think so.
Right.
With the heart problem, yeah.
Conte said he's always welcome here, didn't he?
Yeah, to train with the team or to train with in the club. Maybe while he's training, then Conte can make an evaluation, maybe to sign him back. That's all. But that offer hasn't been taken up, has it?
No, not as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, that offer hasn't been taken back up.
So
So
that's what we need
to play. Like in the Premier League.
Sorry,
Eriksen. In case Eriksen is fit, does the Premier League allow him to play, or?
I think he must be able to. His agent said that he's looking to move back to the Premier League, so his agent must have looked into all of that. So I guess he can.
But the Italian league won't wear it.
No, they won't have it, will they?
Yeah, they won't.
No, I think because of the insurance issues and all that, right? Imagine the premiums that you have to pay on him.
I think it's right as well, you know. But I mean, God forbid if he played for us and something happened. I mean, can you imagine?
Yeah, the trauma the fans will go through. Yeah.
I've just seen a totally unrelated comment. Gogomar hooked onto the Good Mythical Morning. She's saying that I should be a chef or a food critic. I'm not sure if that's based on the fact that I'm always eating on the blog, but you know, I could,
Jamie.
but I need a bigger screen.
Oh, Jamie, size doesn't matter.
Okay, you're now taking the conversation in the wrong direction.
No, but coming back to there's one striker that's playing in Belgium, or is it in Holland? Ketelaar.
Oh, the Ketelaar is Belgium.
Belgium, right?
This guy that's supposed to be the next Mbappe.
Or the next Haaland? I was saying he's the next Haaland.
He's 17 or something.
Yeah. Right. But are we going to get him?
We've still got a lad, haven't we? Saar.
Sar's got
He's loaned
COVID.
out at the moment. Has he? Oh,
Yeah,
God.
he's got COVID. Yeah, he's supposed to join up at the AFCON or something like that. And then I was reading, Sar is Senegal
Yeah.
or Nigerian. Sar is Senegal,
Senegal.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sar is Senegal. I think he's got COVID too. So
we're sounding out Jesse Lingard apparently.
Yeah,
But
we
for
know
the
that.
summer.
Yeah.
Mourinho's in contact with Ndombele.
Nah, take him. Right, but will Roma pay the money? That's the question. Right. How much would you guys sell Ndombele for? What do you think the price Levy will put on his head?
I'd like
We're not
to
gonna
get our
Levy
money
will put
back,
the
but we
same price he
won't.
paid for.
No one's going to pay 30 million for him, are they?
No.
I was about to say it.
What did we pay? 63, was it?
65.
63 to 65, yeah. But
Yeah.
Actually, Arthur, having spoken about Modric, there is another story on OneFootball. Tottenham could try to re-sign La Liga veteran if contract talks fails at current club. Tottenham Hotspur to target summer transfer Luka Modric if contract talks fail with Real Madrid.
I think that's
Do you
just
know,
Modric's
Jamie?
agent using us.
Yeah, that's been going on for about three seasons. That.
Yeah.
That's we are being used as leverage again.
I
right,
think
Johnny?
they've offered him a 1-year deal, but he wants a 2-year deal, so he's just using us to leverage to get his extra second year. I think it was at Madrid. Yeah.
If they mess that up, then maybe we'll benefit. But we can always dream.
Great plan.
We've
That's
been
all
dreaming
we
for a
ever
long
do
time.
these days.
Yeah, we've been dreaming for too long. Yeah.
The problem with Ndombele, what I'm saying here is his wages, because nobody wants to pay his wages, and Levy probably won't want to pay a huge part of his wages if Ndombele is not here. So they're trying a loan move. I saw yesterday that Napoli are interested, but Napoli doesn't want to pay his full wages, and Daniel Levy doesn't want to pay like 60-70% of his wages so he can go out on loan. So in the end, Ndombele would have to accept a huge pay cut to go somewhere else, but I don't think he would.
It's one big mess, isn't it?
That's the word, John. It is a mess. It is a mess. Well, it's a mess with Kane as well. If we'd sold him when we wanted to, at least we'd have had 100 odd bloody million. Now, nobody wants him.
That's true.
We want him. We want him, Arthur. We want him.
We want him.
Yeah, we want him.
We want him to play like he used to.
I know. If Kane plays back the way that he plays, of course we all want him, all right? But I think it'll take some time for him to get back into gear. And sometimes, like, you know what? I was watching TTG when Stevie Perryman was saying that in those days, right, you didn't play for the manager, you played for the club. It didn't matter which manager that came in, you just played for the club. You gave it your all for the club, right? But nowadays, the badge, right?
That's it.
The pride, right? But nowadays, I guess modern footballers have changed in the mentality and all that. So, that's the sad part, right?
No,
So
Højbjerg said the other day, even if the dinner lady was in charge, I'd still give the same effort for the badge, didn't he? Like, that's the kind of mentality you need.
Yeah. But the thing is, we don't have that. We don't have enough players like that on the pitch, Johnny. That's the sad part.
Well, half our fans don't want him on the pitch, do they?
That's true too.
At the moment.
That's it too, right? But coming to the point again, 12 days, no signings. I know it's the January transfer window, and while Conte was around, when Conte was appointed, we were all getting excited. Oh, January is coming. We're gonna get players in quickly. It's going to improve the team, blah blah blah. And now it's 12 days in, and for me in Malaysia, when it strikes 12 here, it's going to be the 13th day. We haven't got any players in yet, right? So are we going to sit down and wait until the end of January before we start getting anybody in again?
They're aiming to buy, if they buy, in the summer transfer window. They reckon something like £200 million will be available. So what happened
That's
to
what
the
they always say.
400 million?
Right. Oh, there was never the 400 million.
No.
That was that was the limit that we could spend.
Yeah.
Right. I thought
Exactly.
Levy went to Levy went to the Bahamas to get an advance from Lewis. You know, can we have 500 million pounds, please?
fact-
We need to buy players.
There'll be another excuse in the summer, won't they? Something else will come
Yeah.
up, and then it would be January, and then it'd be the next summer, and
Yeah.
Deja vu.
What's more frustrating is we like linked and we're going for like the small fry, the small type of players, and not going for any superstar. And it's kind of frustrating because we need like more superstars. Traore is not gonna make our team a top 4 team again, or like a team to challenge for the league or anything like that. We need players like that. I know we don't have Champions League, but we have Conte, but we're not going for any of them at the moment, and it's kind of scary because I thought we would be going for big players, but clearly we're not.
Yeah. No, but subs, to tell you the truth, right? I don't care whether they're superstars or not. I just want the players that Conte wants. That's it.
Oh yeah.
Right? Yeah. Whatever players that Conte wants, it doesn't matter whether it's a superstar or not a superstar. It's just that Levy gets the players that Conte wants. And Conte feels that he can do something with them. Let's say if Traore comes, right? He can't score for nuts in Wolves, and all of a sudden he comes in the January window, transfer window, and he scored 10 goals by the end of the season. Wouldn't we want that? If Conte can turn into something like that, right? That would be lovely.
That would be
right?
good.
Yeah, right. And we've always had this problem for the past 3 seasons. We've always been reliant on 2 players, Son and Kane.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Nobody gets any more goals than Son and Kane, and that's scary.
Yeah.
Right? And ever since Ali faded away, ever since Delhi faded away, we never had that midfield goal scorer that came in to score goals.
That's it.
Right? And of course, we don't have corner takers. We don't have free kick takers. That's another scary thing. So we need so many. That's why what Conte says, we are not at that level to even be in the same room with Chelsea at the moment.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So for us to be at par with these guys, we have to spend. Right? But with our track record, right, we don't spend. Right? Or we spend not wisely. We spend to tell you the truth. The problem with Tanguy is that I think Levy did a panic buy for Tanguy. That's all. It was a panic buy because there were 3 windows in, we didn't buy anybody, and all of a sudden the pressure was on him. So what he did is that he just wanted to buy Tanguy, and he paid the highest fee that he could pay, and he was saying, "Oh, look at me, we spent money to appease the fans." Simple as
But
that.
he also did that with Lo Celso.
Yeah, with Lo Celso too. But Arthur, Lo Celso, at least when he was on loan, right, he was performing a bit at the time.
Yes.
There were glimpses
he was.
there was glimpse of what he was doing, right? Because he was on loan at the time. And the funny part is that his loan deal was something like 18 million pounds or something like that. And by the time we took him over, it ended up, the bill came out to about like 40 million pounds, 45 million pounds.
That's right.
So,
yeah.
So I don't get it. And it's such a great businessman like that. Why are you paying the kind of prices?
Well,
right?
It shows you how good a businessman he really is. All he's interested in is bloody property, isn't it? He's a property guy. So I don't know. It's all very sad.
Arthur, if properties could score goals, we will buy them. Right. Oh dear. But coming back to it again, if this keeps going on, do you guys think Conte will leave? A lot of the fan base out there says, Conte, let's give him until summer, right? By August, let's see what happens, right? By September, if the players don't come in, then you will see big changes. But for me, I've got a deep down feeling inside. If Conte doesn't get what he wants now, I'm sure he's already read the writing on the wall that he's not going to get anyone that he wants in the summer anyway.
I totally agree.
That's how I see it.
I think he'll walk out the door, and I don't think he'll think twice about it. And that's the trouble. Right. Leave is a messer. He messes people around. Conte isn't. He tells you how it is. If you don't live up to what he's asked for, he's gone.
But I've been watching his press conferences. It's been very weird. Before the transfer window, he has been very direct, very honest, very straight, right? Ever since the transfer window opened, right, he's been very vague. He's been avoiding a lot of questions. He's been going round in circles. And guys, don't you see that trend? When Mourinho was here, it was the same thing, right?
Yep.
So there is something going on. There's always something going on, right? That's why can't trust him.
He's been leaving.
Yeah, he's been.
I think
right?
he's relying on his relationship with Paratici a lot to be transparent, because you keep hearing the noise that it's difficult to do deals in January. You know, we got squads don't want to lose players because of COVID. You know, they're still in the Champions League. He's kind of gravitating Conte towards Paratici. So all the problems that he knows about and that, you know, that they're coming out with, all the why it's so difficult to get deals done in January, he's kind of manoeuvring Conte towards Paratici. So he knows how difficult it is to get these deals done. So that's Levy's get out, isn't it? Though it's not me. It's you know, look, Paratici can't get these deals done because of all these problems that are around at the moment. So it's another get out for Levy, isn't he? He's just pushing it all onto Paratici and the current problems to get deals across the line.
In turn, Johnny, that's a kind of echo, isn't it? Because we've heard this all the way down the line. Ever since Levy took power, we've heard this continuously.
That's deja vu again. All
Johnny, you want a surprise? Just came out from the Telegraph. Currently, available money is in limited supply at Spurs, and the club may be forced to look at loans and players at the end of their contracts. Here we go. 13 days into the transfer window. No money. We don't have money to buy players. Once again.
Thiago, I've always known that we don't have money to buy players. The club doesn't have money to buy players. I've been always hoping that at least the owners will take up some of their money to buy players at the moment, right? But that will never happen. That's never been their way of doing business, right? So, like I said, we've got to sell first. Number one, Tanguy has to go. Ali has got to go. Sad to say, even TVB has got to go to generate funds just to buy one or two players. That's how I see it.
No, I know it's just like it's frustrating because every single transfer window is the same thing. We start the transfer window, we have the links, and then I have, he's gonna get back, he's gonna make business, and then halfway through the transfer window, Spurs don't have money, they have to look at loan deals, cheap deals. It's always like that. And I understand where you're coming from, but we do have money to spend. I mean, we've been saving so much money in transfers with cheap deals over the years. There's no way we don't have money to spend.
We definitely have cash.
Hopefully it's just smoke and mirrors to stop teams trying to rip us off, because they know we've offered Conte money to back him, you know. So maybe other teams are like inflating all their prices and trying to rip us off. So maybe they're just putting those little seeds of doubt in the press to say that we haven't got any money to stop teams trying to rip us off and pull our pants down.
Again, conversation's getting a bit weird.
Eugene, I gotta go now.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Take care.
I'm late. I'm going
again.
to a pub. Yeah, I'm going to a bar later to watch this game. I'm just self-doubting if I should wear my Tottenham shirt. So,
always wear your Tottenham shirt. Always wear your Tottenham shirt.
I've just gotta go now. Gotta get ready and stuff.
All right.
Come on, you Spurs. Thank you so much.
Right. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
That's the way, subs. Bye.
No, and I've just noticed Thiago, we're wearing the same shirt. On the Sunday broadcast, I was wearing the same shirt as one of the other guys on the stream. So I was wearing as it was called the Jackson Pollock shirt. Chris called it. So
all the paint flicked all over.
Yeah. Okay, but coming back to it again, it's deja vu again, right? But this time, the deja vu is a bit weird because there's not a lot of static noise out there. Like, every transfer window we get a lot of static noise. We get this player's coming in, that player's coming in. We're linked to this player, we're linked to that player. But this transfer window, it's slightly quieter, right? So let's see, maybe what Johnny's saying is correct. not being so overly loud at the moment, maybe there are a lot of deals going behind the scene that we do not know. Right.
That's what they said Paratici likes to do, his deals on quiet, doesn't he? Like he lines up 2 or 3 and then pulls the trigger on the one he decides to go for, which is the best deal. So maybe that's all we can hope for, that behind the scenes that they're working hard.
We're going to be the colour of your shirt come the 31st of Jan, and then we'll be able to breathe out just at the last minute for substandard delivery.
Scrapping around in the last hours to see if we can get across the line.
Basically, it doesn't matter. The manager can change, some of the players can change, but ultimately, unless we change Levy and Lewis, then we're still going to be just doing this merry-go-round.
Yeah.
Jamie,
and I'm gonna
spot on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna put a question out there. Google Ma, do you want to hop on? I'll throw the link into the chats for you.
Why is this obsession with hopping?
Do you want to jump in?
We haven't got a swimming pool.
Do you want to join us?
We're not a cult.
Would you come on board?
We're certainly not a ship. Ha ha.
Oh no.
Come and discuss Jamie's mini root vegetables on screen.
Mini root vegetables? No.
Yeah.
Well, I think you were thinking of Blackadder there. You know the parsnip? It looks exactly like a thingy. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Miriam Margolis.
Yeah.
Blackadder too.
Yeah.
God bless her.
Yeah. If Guguma is not going to join us, or hop on, or be on board, or take the flight,
she said, hey, sure.
Oh yeah, okay. Throw the link.
She's in.
All right.
Send her the link then.
All right, I'm gonna do this. Hold on.
She may not show her face. She may just show her voice. That's what happened last time.
I want to see her.
Okay, you're married.
Doesn't matter.
I've said it slowly. I said on the last broadcast that we get her on the stream and we get to hear her. We'll see her face on the Arsenal game.
Okay, Guguma, the link is in the chat. Join us. Hop on.
Jump.
What else?
Well, either
Jump
way,
in.
just join the studio panel. You don't have to hop. You don't have to jump. You just have to enter.
Join. Enter. Yeah. Okay. Well, don't go in
Smash that link.
Smash that link.
Yeah.
The thing is, all of our sort of geeky banter. She's probably like,
nah. Can't be getting that.
Right. But no.
Eugene, have you got any news for us on this guy that's going to buy us? Any
oh, come on, guys. I don't want to talk about Forrest Lee, all right?
No.
Forrest Lee is an Arsenal fan.
He was an Arsenal fan.
Oh, how can you be an Arsenal fan?
If he's trying to buy us, you'd hope he wasn't anymore.
No, if you're an Arsenal fan, you're an Arsenal fan, right? You're not a was, right? You are.
and either way, in that case, he'd be doing it as a financial concern, and he may just be an Asian Levy.
No, to tell you the truth, right? I think it's not buying us. I think Levy is trying to strike a deal for the naming rights of our stadium. We're going to be called, right, the Shopee Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Now, Shopee is like Amazon in the UK. It's Shopee and Lazada are the two online
biggest
shopping.
Online, yeah, in Southeast Asia. Right.
Yeah,
but hold on, Jamie. I've got a guest coming in. Hi, Guguma.
Hi, Guguma.
Hello, Guguma.
Hello, how are you?
Good evening.
You didn't get put off by our poor jokes.
Jumping and hopping. Did you jump on or hop on, Guguma?
Hop.
She hops.
She hopped in. See, I told you she hopped in.
Yeah.
We don't have any insurance if you hurt yourself hopping into the podcast.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Guguma, right? How do you feel about our transfer window now?
I don't know. I feel like Paratici is. I know, like, people are worried because, you know, they're like nothing has happened yet, but I have a feeling that Paratici is making deals behind the scenes right now.
Yeah.
You know? And like, I was kind of worried when I saw the press conference yesterday. Well, I saw the video of Conte in his press conference. Like, his face didn't look very bright, so I was kind of worried about that. But when he was kind of keeping his, or not really saying much about what's going, on with the transfers, I think that's normal. Like, if they're making deals behind the scenes, then you don't really want to talk about it.
No, in case it jinxes it and someone else nips in and takes them from us.
Right.
Like Chelsea.
But why does Spurs always have to do it in such a high stress way? I mean, it's just other clubs seem to get on with things, but for some reason everything's high drama when it comes to any kind of transaction that we're doing. So we can hope. I mean, Spurs has always been known for having lots of paper talk and occasionally a result, but we want to see something happening. And I think at the moment we're just getting ourselves stressed out with speculation.
Well, Brian Hill and Royale, they were kind of left field moves that came out of nowhere, weren't they? Suddenly, the first we found out about them was when they were announced. So that's one thing that we can hold on to, that hopefully Paratici's cooking in the background, as they say. That's the only thing we can hold on to, isn't it, at the moment? You'd like to think that they're not just stood around doing nothing.
Yeah, it's high anxiety for sure. And
Conte probably lit the press, Guguma, because he's been trying to train those guys in ahead of the Chelsea game all week. And who's he got? He's got no centre backs, no forwards. He's probably depressed because he's been trying to train those guys into knocking that rabble into some shape ahead of tonight's game.
Yes, I'm so curious who he's going to put out in the starting 11.
Be interesting, wouldn't it, to see the centre backs especially.
Well, he certainly can't put up the same lineup he put up against Morecambe, because that would be just raising the white flag.
No, but he might not have a choice, Jamie. Right? Who do we have in defense at the moment? That's how I see it. He won't have a choice. I guess it could end up with Tanganga, Sanchez, and Davis again as our three at the back.
If he had to risk Rodon on Sunday, is he going to want to throw him into a semi-final London derby? That's if he has got a rib injury. It's tricky, isn't it?
Oh, sorry, it was Rodon, right? Rodon was in Morecambe game. Yeah, Rodon.
Yeah.
Imagine a guy with a rib injury going up against Lukaku.
He'd be out by in the ribs first few moments, wouldn't he?
No,
it'd be another Battle of Stamford Bridge. So.
Oh dear.
Eugene, it's because I gotta jump off.
He's changing the dialogue. He's not hopping off. He's jumping off.
He's jumping off.
You gotta
okay, Thiago, give us your prediction.
Who's going to play centre backs first of all, Thiago?
What?
Who's going to play our three centre backs first of all?
Brian Daigle.
I'll probably take him right now. I would definitely take Brian Daigle right now, but I think it's going to be the same from last week. There's not much to run, but prediction, I don't know. I have this terrible feeling that's going to be that ugly 0-0. No teams are going to do much. Spurs will be terrible. Chelsea won't do much because they already have that advantage. It's going to be a 0-0. I would love to say we would go through, but I can't see happening.
Well, I hope to see some kind of miracle good news in the morning, but the kickoff's 3:45 our time, so I will be counting my Zs. So
mostly I'll be asleep by then. I got to work tomorrow.
Tiago, you're expecting a 90-minute bore, are you?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
So, guys, I gotta go. Eugene, thank you for having me again. Love being persuasion.
Pleasure.
Take care, Tiago.
Take care.
Take care, Tiago.
Hopefully,
Catch up with you on Sunday.
Bye, mate.
Hopefully my
Bye.
prediction is wrong and we get a miracle today, but either way, let's try to enjoy the game.
30-yard screamer from your boy Royale tonight. Yeah.
We need 3 of them.
Yeah.
One from Royale, one from Lucas.
Listen,
it
could be
as well, yeah.
It could be a surprise 35-yarder from Winks.
Did he mean it though?
No, he didn't.
It's gonna be a goal from. I'm gonna make a bold prediction here. If we score a goal, it's going to be Jaffa Tanganga from the halfway line.
All I can say is whatever the result is, no more injuries. Give a good account of ourselves, and somehow take the positives and
smash Arsenal on Sunday.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'd rather smash Arsenal than sort of get more injuries in the game tonight.
Yeah.
So it's a difficult thing between making sure that we don't just roll over and
See, Alan comes back just as I say I'm gonna go.
Substitution, tag in.
I see what you're trying to do here.
No, he's probably just had a sandwich.
To be honest with you, I do actually have my dinner at this sort of time of day, and then I have a snack in the evening. So no stew and dumplings this week, though, Jamie. It was nice, a pucker pie, and a pucker steak pie.
Oh, okay. What for Chippy? From the Chippy?
No, from the supermarket, but my wife cooks it. So
yeah, no. A pucker pie is a brand of pie that's quite close to the quality you get at a decent fish and chip shop. But pucker is also a phrase we got from India, which means something that's very good. So if you hear an English person say that's pucker, it means they're saying it's very good.
Yeah.
Oh, pucker?
Pucker. P-U-K-K-A.
Ah, pucker. Okay.
Yeah, so if you're at a Korean barbecue place or you've got some top quality kimchi and you've got a visitor from England, you can say, "Look, I've got some pucker kimchi for you," and they'll be like, oh, "Okay, that'll be nice."
And you have to rub your hands together. Some pucker tucker here.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm learning the lingo. Thank you.
Hello.
It'd be like the Japanese saying "oishi."
Hi, oishi.
Oishi. I understand oishi.
Konnichiwa, domo-sen.
That's Japanese. How do you say that in Korean, Guguma?
You can say oishi. Oishi is 맛있어. 맛있어.
So are we talking excellent or are we talking tasty?
Tasty.
Okay.
Oh, lovely.
Pucker can be used in both senses. So it can be something that's excellent or something that's really tasty.
Yes, Arthur.
If you like pies, there's a firm called the Real Pie Company. If you look them up, we've had those for several years now. The best pie.
Okay, he's frozen. He's obviously had too many pies. Okay, sorry, Guguma, you've come on. We've transferred from football to food, although you did.
Okay. I like talking about this. It's fun.
It's my fault. Sorry, Guguma. And hello, Guguma.
No, it's all good.
My name's Alan.
Technically, it's my fault because I was making comments about Good Mythical Morning, and Guguma said that it should be a food critic or something. So
you should. You know all like the good snacks, and you're always like, eating
but I'm
yummy and stuff.
Yeah,
so
but I've now got to the age where the good snacks aren't good to me. Yes, let's hope that we we give a good account of ourselves tonight, but I would rather be looking forward to getting one over on Arsenal at the weekend. That would make me happier than whatever's going to happen tonight. Whatever happens tonight is whatever's going to happen tonight. I don't want to stress about it because I need to get some sleep.
You know what will happen? The crowd will be roaring. Everyone will be going down. Cole, we need an early goal here, and then Chelsea will score one after about a minute, and then that'll be like, flatten everyone, and then.
Yeah, let's get some. Let's go to the chippy. Let's have them.
Yeah.
Get a pucker.
All right, guys. Why don't we just get some predictions, and then I will be doing the closing with Jamie and Guguma. Just and and Guguma. I'll put you in the back room for a while. Then maybe we can continue having a chat in the back room. Guguma, you okay? All right. Okay. Before that, predictions. Guguma first.
I think we're going to go 2-0. We're going to score. Mora and Kane are going to score. And then we're going to sweep the Pens. That's what I think.
Oh, through penalties. All right. That's a good one. All right.
Yeah, we're going to be really brave tonight. I know it. They're going to be brave.
So you're willing to suffer. You're willing to suffer a possible heart attack just to get the result.
Yeah, it's a cup,
the most stressful way possible of getting a result.
Well, we never do it the easy way, do we? We never do it the easy way. That's one thing that's for sure tonight. It'll be the most difficult way to go through. That's the way we'll do it if we are to go through.
Well, in the way that we've been speaking tonight, I'm glad Guguma came on because even that suggestion of 2-0 and going to penalties is some positivity coming into the situation. So thank you, Guguma.
You ain't gonna want to hear my prediction.
Yep. Okay, Alan, your prediction.
Unfortunately, I think we're going to lose 2-1.
Okay.
I think we're going to be open, aren't we? We're going to have to be. For us to do anything, we've got to go for it. And unfortunately, with our defence at the moment, I think we're going to be leaving too many holes at the back, and they're going to take advantage.
Arthur?
Well, my heart says one thing and my head says another. So I'll give you my heart.
That's every game. That's every game.
We'll pull it. We'll pull it back to 2-0 and go through on penalties.
Yeah, same as Guguma.
Yeah,
that's your heart.
Alan, you've been cancelled out.
Nice, Arthur.
Nice. And Johnny?
I think they'll score early, and we'll get it back to 2-1, and we'll be battering the door down, but we just won't get the third goal, and we'll go out. We'll lose 2-1.
Oh, come on, Johnny. Stop being realistic.
Yeah. I just can't see it. Well, I think we'll concede more than one, won't we? That's the problem with that defence out tonight.
Oh dear.
Okay, I would like to have Gugumar and King Arthur's predictions come true. I have a feeling that Johnny might be on the money though.
Yeah. But okay, I'll put you guys in the back room for a while, and I'll join you guys soon while Jamie and I do the closing. All right, Jamie.
Well, it's
Sunday. Sunday is going to be the Arsenal match. Most probably be doing a watch along, right?
Yeah. So what sort of time is it? What time is the kickoff?
That's about 12:30 a.m. our time, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'll be coming back from work and I'll do the watch along there. But before that, let's do a big shout out to the guys in the chats. Chris Agamba, thanks for your support. Derek Hutchinson, Amzo, Cody Mack just hopped on to say something to the Ankit, right? And of course, Guguma
came on as well as hopped on.
Mr. K. Right. And who else do we have?
Okay, well, John Fitzpatrick. We had Jens.
Yes,
Derek Hutchinson. And you want Vibav and his universe.
Kuva.
And
Kuva.
Yeah, and Kuva. Yeah, one comment from Kuva. Hello, everybody. Top panel again today, guys. And that was the high point of the show.
But guys, to me, right? Remember you predicted 3-2, right? In 2 legs last week.
Yeah.
So we're gonna win 3-0, and it's gonna be 3-2. You predicted it. Yeah.
So let's let's go for a hot chocolate. I believe in miracles. Yes, do. You sexy thing, sexy thing.
Okay, Jamie. But before we do the closing and ending, any last words, Jamie?
Clearly, Levy out. Otherwise, it will be Conte gone and Tottenham till I die.
All right.
Engwa, you're very late to the show. We are literally about to sign off.
Hi, Ingwa. Ingwa is a good supporter, right? Ingwa is a Malaysian in London, right? Big up to Ingwa. We're just about to end, Ingwa, right?
And Cody Mack has given us our last words.
Yeah, Levy out. But before that, love and prayers to Bobby. He is on his way, right? Recovery, and hope to see you soon, brother. Levy out.
Amen.